excuse me. Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? It's KMB the Sexy Ninja in the place to be for a Paper Saber universe, and this is the New World Podcast, brother. Big show tonight, Dynamite. They got a lot to compete with this week, especially for Saturday. We're in Savannah, Georgia. It's January 24th, 2024. Tony Excalibur Taz on commentary. We have the show starts with Joe, our champ here. And I never noticed the name on the nameplates on the side. Is this new or am I going crazy? Like, I'm looking at my Kenny Omega figure with the championship, and I don't see his name. Unless, is this a new thing for his championship? The nameplates on the side? Because I like what they did traditionally with the name being on the bottom of the belt, like old school. But now they got the plates on the side like how WWE does with their championships. But I might be going crazy. I don't know. But Joe makes a statement and says, hey, this is starting fresh. This is, everyone has to earn the opportunity if they want to face me for this championship. Hook comes out, and Hook's like, hey, I don't know when, I don't know where, but we will meet again. And Joe's like, get this peasant out of here. Calls in security. Hook beats up the security and everything like that. But I do like the fact that he used Hook as an example of saying, like, yeah, everybody that has this dream and whatnot that they're going to get this championship, just remember what I did to Hook, winning, beating him and everything like that. And, of course, security takes out Hook, and I think eventually we'll see Joe and Hook again. But Joe gets on commentary for our first match of the night, and that's Penta versus Hangman Adam Page. Fun match. Hangman Adam Page for the win. I really feel that we're going to see a fatal four-way at Revolution. I just got that feeling because Renee's back. Well, Renee is backstage with Orange Cassidy, and she's talking to him, and they're going to have a match at what is called the Orange Cassidy Friends, I don't know, number one contendership to who's going to face him for the international championship. It's going to happen on Rampage, and then he'll face whoever on Collision. Young Bucks are backstage. Nicholas and Matthew, executives and everything like that, and they run into Top Flight, and they got the book stashes, as I call them now, and they're arrogant assholes. I like it. Wardlow versus Trent Beretta. A Wardlow match that lasted longer than I expected, but Trent brought it to him. But I already knew Wardlow was going to win. Undisputed Kingdom's out there. Trent's got Rocky, Orange, and Chuck in his corner. I thought we were going to have a big breakout fight, but no, after Wardlow gets the win, he's about to beat up Trent again, and Rocky, Orange, and Chuck get in the ring. Undisputed Kingdom calls off Wardlow. They're like, hey, don't worry about these guys, But Trent has a little bit of a vicious side as of late. I like it. He even pushes Orange away. He's like, get off me. And, it's like, are we going to see the end of the best friends at a certain point and Trent going on and doing his own thing? I'm curious. I'm very curious about it. Suzuki and Adam Copeland package, they are in the main event tonight. Who would have imagined we would see Suzuki versus Adam Copeland? I almost said Edge. Who would have imagined this? I wouldn't, but I hope it's a hard-hitting match, which we'll get to soon. Renee's with Toni Storm and Deonna Purrazzo. They did this really cool thing with Toni on her side and Deonna on the other side, where it was black and white for Toni, of course, and color on the other side. And they have matching tattoos. Tony tells her to stick them up your butt and throws the shoe. Ends up in a little bit of a chaos, a scuffle. Mariah saves Tony. Luther got hit with the shoe, but Deonna, it's clear as day that Deonna picked up the Women's World Championship, and this is where we're rolling. And I didn't know, I wasn't really impressed with Deonna when that first match on here in AEW, that was one of those things. Okay, she's okay, I guess, but she's going after the championship, okay. But I guess body shaming came into this. I don't understand that whatsoever, especially for 2024. It just she has talent inside that ring, and Tony mentions it in her promo at the beginning, but I do like what she says. She goes, you got body shamed for blah, blah, blah on the internet, blah, blah. But she goes, but looking at you, there's more shame to that. And I was like, Tony puts a little spin on it. I like that. I like that a lot. John Moxley promo. Of course, he's angry. He's pissed. He's like, anybody. I'm going to do it every time. I'm angry, John Moxley. Going to beat up everybody. Now we have a new couple we're introduced to. Taya Valkyrie with Johnny TV. Taya sets a challenge out to Deonna Purrazzo, and it's going to happen next week on Dynamite. But, Taya and Johnny. Okay, we'll see how this goes. You know, the couple on a TV and everything like that. Are they a real couple in real life? Am I crazy or what? But I like the coats. I like the look, and I miss Taya, honestly, because I really do like her, and I think she's an awesome wrestler. So, and Johnny is Johnny, man. Johnny is Johnny. Next up, we have Jeff Hardy versus Swerve. Swerve gets the win. You know, Matt Hardy is there on the outside of the ring, and it was okay. It was okay. Swerve can do what he can do because it's his house. Whose house? Swerve's house. Renee's backstage with Adam. They're talking, and here comes Swerve, and a little bit of a heated exchange. These two, their rivalry will go down in history as one of the best rivalries in pro wrestling, in my opinion, because I've enjoyed all their matches with each other. And next week, it's going to be dealer's choice. Swerve will have a match, Adam will have a match, and Swerve will pick the stipulation for Adam's match. Adam will pick the stipulation for Swerve's match, so no one's confused. They're not facing each other next week. It's dealer's choice, folks. And what will they pick for each other? Because they hate each other. They want to see each other beaten, bruised, all that good stuff. Thunder Rosa versus Red Velvet. It was okay. I don't know. Thunder Rosa and Red Velvet just did not gel here in this match. It was very, in Thunder Rosa, she has a lot of ring rust to dust off. She wins. This is her second big win and everything like that. She's coming for Toni Storm as well. So, but I like Red Velvet, and I was really underwhelmed with this match. I was like, okay. I expected more because I was excited. I was like, yeah, let's do this. And I was like, oh, okay, sure. Tony Schiavone's in the ring. He brings out Sting and Darby, and the Books are watching backstage. But basically, Sting goes, I'm all in. They're going after the tag team championships because they're, undefeated and everything like that. Well, almost undefeated. But Ricky and Bill, they're calling those two out. And afterwards, we get a promo from Ricky and Bill. And it's going to happen 2 weeks from yesterday, right? What's today? I don't know. But it's going to be in Phoenix, Arizona, right down the street, folks, from here in Flagstaff. And I won't be able to go because it's in the middle of the week and it's really hard to request those times off. But that's okay. I'm going to watch it and I'm going to have some fun. I really want to go to an AEW show one day. Hopefully once this pops off, I can just be like, all right, no more real life job. Let's go do some news work for pro wrestling with the New World podcast. But we'll get there soon. Don't worry. The numbers are showing. The numbers are moving up. So that's always a good thing, right? AEW Trios Championship. I actually really enjoyed this. The Acclaimed and Daddy Ass versus Mogul Embassy. Of course, Mogul Embassy recently lost their championships to the Bang Bang Gang. And we got new merch, Bang Bang Scissor Gang. Put your guns up, put your scissors up, and go blah, 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 blah. I saw the shirt and I already tweeted out all of it. I was like, I need this in my life. I like that Bang Bang Scissor Gang. The Acclaimed and Daddy Ass retained the championships. And I just like the formation. And they said, being a faction gets more done in AEW, it seems like. And they're not wrong. So the Bang Bang Scissor Gang is here to stay, and I'm all for it. Serena Deeb is... they've been showing packages. They showed another package. She will make her big debut back with AEW on Collision this Saturday. So they've been hyping her up. The Professor is back. So let's go. Minoru Suzuki versus Adam Copeland. You could tell Adam got rocked a couple times. Suzuki did not hold back. And with those shots, oh man, it was a back and forth. They went through the barricade. This was a fun match. I gotta say, my two favorite matches of the night, just to get them out of the way. They claimed Daddy Ass versus Mogul Embassy, and this one, Minoru Suzuki versus Adam Copeland. It was a slugfest, and I like the fact after Adam wins, he cuts a promo afterwards, and he's like, "Yo, I've never been hit that hard." I was like, "Nope." There was a spot where he did get hit. I'm like, "Damn, Suzuki, just." Nasty. But of course, Christian Cage is watching on, and I was talking to my brother here. I was telling him, I was like, man, Adam's kind of just like now just another AEW wrestler. In order to keep the story interesting for me as a wrestling fan is like, we got to have Christian Cage. We got to have Adam Copeland. That's the story we're going after. That's the whole reason we invented this Cope Open, right? It's just so he can get some wins under his belt to justify him getting another TNT championship match from Christian Cage. And there's no way he's losing one of these Cope Opens, because that's the whole point of it, is to get some wins under his belt so he can face Christian Cage, which I think is going to happen at Revolution March 3rd with a stipulation added. You know, everyone's banned from ringside. It's just these two. And they did save the pay-per-view World's End. If you don't like, it was kind of crazy, silly table that didn't relight the table, but that crowd was brought back to life by these two, because they know how to bring the crowd back to life. And Adam states at the end, like, "Hey, Christian, we ain't done." So it's just kind of funny that this is the only storyline that we can kind of create. But we are getting some great Cope Open challenges matches with Adam, and this one was a good one. Minoru Suzuki and Adam Copeland, folks. Bada bing, bada boom. I enjoyed the show. 3 out of 10. Dynamite, January 24, 2024. Tony Excalibur Taz on commentary. Savannah, Georgia, we are in. And drop your comments below. Tell me what you thought of the show. Are you excited for Collision, or are you more excited for the Rumble? That's really the big question. And they are stacking Collision, and I really want to see that FTR Daniel Garcia versus the House of Black and Escape the Cage match. I'm like, yeah, boy, give me that match right there. So as we're building, and then we got Yuji Nagata versus Bryan Danielson at Collision. It's just like, oh shit, Blue Justice, baby. So that's going to be a big match. They're stacking it heavy. So, but 3 out of 5 for Dynamite this week. Tell me what you thought of the show. Who should Joe face next? I'm saying it's, and I said Fatal 4-Way. I'm for Revolution, and I think it's going to be Hangman Adam Page versus Wardlow versus Swerve Strickland versus Samoa Joe for the AEW Heavyweight Championship, because these are the other contenders, and I think that's where we're going to get it down to a Fatal 4-Way for the championship. And I could be wrong. So, and you know, and Adam and Swerve could pick, like, all right, if you lose your match, you can't go for the AEW Championship. Or if you lose your match, you know, adding a real interesting, spicy thing to their matches next week. So we're on to Dynamite. We're on to Rampage. That's it. That's all. You know, tell me what you thought of the show. Drop those comments below. And real quick, Kevin Patrick, my boy, Kevin Patrick. He was on SmackDown, and they took him off SmackDown, and Michael Cole was going to go in there and fill in for him and everything like that. Then we come to the news that Kevin Patrick was released by WWE. And I'm like, yo, Kevin, I'm sorry, man. I loved you too. I really liked Kevin Patrick on commentary, but it's going to be interesting to see where he goes. The Rock owns The Rock now. And that was big on news too, because he's on the TKO board, not Tiki board like I keep messing up on. But so big stuff, man. I am excited for Nagata and Danielson. I want to see how that goes. So here we go, folks. Drop those comments, like and subscribe, share with your grandma, share with your grandpa, share with the bum down at Walmart. I am KMB the Sexy Ninja. Go to ProWrestlingTees.com/New World Podcast. Get yourself that sweet nWp logo created by Penta X. And remember that the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
You may think what you're getting is an opportunity at a championship, but I'm here to tell you it's going to be an opportunity to have the worst night of your life.